So I am Richa Sarah, Editor-in-Chief, Responsible Hospitals, and today I have Dr. Deepika Aggarwal, who is obstetrics, gynecologist and corpus consultant with CK Birla Hospital since 15 plus years now. So Doctor, first of all I would like to welcome you, and I hope you really enjoy this session with me, and it's going to be your personal story which I'm going to talk about. We'll start with what do you think, what inspired you to become a doctor?
Richa, thank you so much for having me today. So I think it begins ever since when I was a child, and in my family, especially at my mother's end, I think everybody was a doctor. And I'm talking this around 26 years ago now. And during that time when we were being brought up and I was seeing only doctors around, that's the only thing I could think of, that I want to become a doctor. We had orthopedicians, we had skin specialists, we had anesthetists in our family. So I never thought of anything, I have to say, apart from just my passion was just to become a doctor.
Sure. And what made you to choose particularly this field of gynecologist? And then moreover you are on corpus, it's such a big responsibility.
So when I entered into this field, Richa, and we started getting education to become a doctor, you have to go to hospital for a few months to see what you want to do. One thing that really fascinated me at that time was when I went into obstetric and gynecology department, and I saw how beautifully the birth was happening, how fulfilling that was for the entire family, and I knew at that time this is what I want to do. So then I chose to become a gynecologist, and then once I finished my gynecology, which was in India from Delhi itself, there was still more zeal that it wasn't enough for me. I wanted to do more. And then I decided in 2003 that I should go to London, to fulfill my dreams and to do more in terms of super specialization. So after going there, apart from being a laparoscopic surgeon, I entered into this field called as colposcopy, and I am a specialized colposcopist from London. This is a particular field where you specialize to identify the cervical cancer and precancerous cells on the cervix. And I think that's what now, ever since coming back to India 3 years ago, I'm trying to establish. We're doing workshops, we're trying to educate the women the importance of having vaccines.
That's really great. That's really great. So, Doctor, you just mentioned that you came to India just 3 years ago. So, I really want to know that what made you to come to India again when you were already in London and you were doing the practice over there.
I think if I have to say, there were two reasons for that. So we lived in London for nearly 14-15 years and I practiced there as a consultant. So one was our parents were getting old, so we really wanted to come and support them. And secondly, what I thought was that, with all that I have gained over there, I really wanted to come and now serve my country, and that's where my heart always lies. And I'm so happy now that, after being settling here for 3 years, there's absolutely no plan. So a lot of times people come and ask me, ma'am, do you not want to go back? You left all the quality of life and you're here. But I must confess, I'm very happy here, and the kind of affection, the kind of love that I'm getting from my patients here is just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal.
That's wonderful, and I think our nation needs people like you or doctors like you. And I've seen your work, and being so responsible, it is what everybody would require. So thank you for that. And I would really like to know who all are there in your family.
So it's my husband and my daughter, who is right now 9 years old.
So is he a doctor also?
He is, or we can say he was a unitologist.
Okay.
I think at some point of life when we were in London, we kind of thought being unitologist and gynecologist is a good combination, but that may not be workable when it comes to work-life balance, especially having a child. So when we were planning, or when I was pregnant with my daughter Srishti, he decided to enter into pharmaceutical industry, which is still to do with the medicine field. But yes, so he is currently global medical director of one of the Japanese companies.
Wow. And how about your, you have a daughter, right?
Yeah.
So how about your daughter? How old is she?
She's 9 now, and so she's very happy here in India. I don't think so she had any issues settling in. She's made lots of friends, and yeah, she's doing very well.
So do you also want her to become a doctor like you?
Well, I think both of us feel that let the child decide what she wants to do. So we are trying to motivate her, whatever her wishes are, wherever we see that she has a strong footing or whatever school tells us, we would really want to support her in her dreams. So that's what we are coming from. Whether she wants to become a doctor or she wants to do some other thing, that's her choice entirely.
That's really great. So, doctor, tell me something, any instance which you recall even now during your tenure of being a doctor, any specific delivery instance or something like that which you would want to share?
I think so. There are lots of instances which I have to say it's very difficult to choose.
Yeah.
But what really makes me happy here is the water birthing. So water birthing is something that we established after coming from London, and that's what we do here at Birla Hospital. And it's a choice that we have given to women here. So at least now, there are some women who really want to have water birthing, want to have that experience of delivery, and that really fulfills me and gives me great gratification when I see them delivering. I totally believe that it's not the delivery that we do, it's the experience of delivery that we are giving to the patients. And that's where I come from, and that's what I want to deliver, the entire experience of 9 months of
delivery. Doctor, tell me, since you just mentioned that being a corpus is such a responsibility, and you just mentioned that what all are the requirements for a woman. So, any message for those women who are doing the screening, because cervical cancer is something which is really, the frequency is really high. I think it's happening in every 10 minutes. So, what do you think? Do you have any message for women so that they can take care of themselves and they can be more aware of what's going on?
I'm very pleased to see, Richa, after coming back to India and after 14-15 years, that women are very educated, they are very self-conscious, they're very aware, they want to know. And with this all social media and groups and WhatsApp and all, so there is a lot of knowledge that spreads around as well. However, there is still need for women, some women to understand the importance of pap smear. And normally I would see, I get a lot of patients who are coming after the age of 40 when they think that they should be getting this pap smear done, which is for cancer screening or pre-cancer screening, but ideally it should be started from the age of 25. So, all through all these medium, like I'm chatting with you today, or sometimes we just do some Facebook videos, or sometimes on YouTube and all that, I do impart them that education. That pap smear is a very simple test. It takes only 2 minutes. It can be done in OPD procedure, and we are actually trying to identify the cancer or pre-cancer, which is fully treatable at that stage. So this is something women must attend. If they need information, they can get from very good websites, or they can just pick up a phone and ask their gynecologist, or even general practitioners. General practitioners should be able to inform them that this is something very important, and every 3 years they should visit from the age of 25.
Thank you so much. It was great interacting with you, doctor, and we'll meet again for another story. And I really had a great time with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Richa. Thanks once again for having me here. Thank you.